Muy buenas noches, muy buenas noches. Good night to all. Thank you for tuning in. Give it a second or two for those that are going to tune in. Empezamos hoy a las 8. We started tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Just give it a minute, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and see who tunes in. If not, we're going to start here. Muy buenas noches. Good night to all. Hope you guys are doing awesome tonight. Bueno, muy buenas noches, muy buenas noches. Este es el sargento mayor retirado Ed Centeno de Edson Consulting. Me pueden encontrar en la página edsonconsultation.com. Good night to all. This is retired Command Sergeant Major Ed Centeno. You can find me at Edson Consulting. That's my business webpage. And you can also send me an email at my website in edsonconsultation.com. Please, before I start, I want to start a little bit different tonight. Quiero empezar de una manera un poquito diferente esta noche. Por favor, si ven este contenido, compartan. If you see my content, just share with somebody. And also, if you're watching me on YouTube, I want you to do me a favor and click and subscribe and on the bell. I'm trying to bring content every week. Estoy tratando de tener contenido todas las semanas, pero obviamente cuando comparten estos videos, pues me ayudan. Estoy tratando de compartir y traer audiencia. Obviamente estoy tratando de buscar qué días hay más audiencia y a qué hora. I'm trying to get how many people I can get so I can bring more content, okay? So again, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, share these videos. You can find me on my Facebook page and also on YouTube. Pretty soon I'm going to start publishing in different platforms and we're going to go from there, okay? So muchas gracias, de verdad, le damos gracias por esos que se conectan con nosotros. Sé que sabe de ahorita se conecta Cabán y algunos regulares, si no, pues por aquí seguimos, ¿no? Porque sé que hay mucha gente que está trabajando. I know there's a lot of people that are working. So antes de empezar, quiero, como siempre, promocionar a mi esposa y su negocio. Before I start, I'm always gonna promote my wife boutique. You can find her at 7heavenboutique.com. La pueden encontrar en 7heavenboutique.com. Allá tiene su website y también la pueden ver en su página de Facebook. So for those ladies that want to dress pretty, para esas mujeres que le gustan verse bonitas, por favor, chequen la página de mi esposa, 7heavenboutique.com, 7heavenboutique.com. Por favor, compartan. Para esas mujeres que se les gusta ver bonitas, ahí pueden ver, entonces ahí puedes encontrar qué hay de nuevo. A mi hermano aquí, Cabán, pues aquí estamos luchando, como ves aquí, you can see, hey, I'm trying new stuff, so I hope you guys like it. I work for you, you know, that this is what I'm here for. Estamos aquí para ustedes. Yo no estoy haciendo esto para mí. Promocionando aquí el negocio de mi esposa, 7 Heaven Boutique. Por favor, denle like también a mi página, compartan esto, suscríbanse al canal en YouTube, por favor. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. I'm trying to bring the audience up, and there's a purpose for that, so I can bring more content and I can do more stuff. Estoy tratando de subir la audiencia en YouTube para traer más contenido y hacer otras cosas en el futuro. So, por favor, compartan. Esos compañeros que están todavía en la milicia, those people that are still in the military, please share this stuff with people. I've been getting a lot of information, and I'm talking about through my website. I'm getting emails. Estoy recibiendo correspondencia electrónica de personas que necesitan ayuda con discapacidad de veteranos Lo que yo estoy haciendo son discapacidad de veteranos. Estoy ayudando también con resúmenes federales. I'm also helping with federal resumes and disability for veterans. También estoy notarizando documentación, my notarizing also documents. So if you live in the Central Florida area, please reach out. I can meet you and I can notarize the papers that you need. Si vives en el área central de Florida, por favor déjame saber y puedo ayudarte si necesitas notarizar alguna documentación. También hago planificación de retiro. I also work with planning retirement. I just helped a lady 2 weeks ago. Again, I'm getting a lot of correspondence, but it's in reference to VA disability, okay? He recibido un par de mensajes y es con discapacidad de veterano. Pero quiero poner eso, entonces también quiero empezar, como siempre digo, yo no represento ninguna entidad del gobierno. I do not represent any entity of the government. I do not represent VA or any government entity. I do not represent the Army. I'm completely retired. Yo no represento ninguna organización del ejército ni del hospital de veteranos. Yo estoy completamente retirado de la milicia y no represento a ninguna entidad del gobierno. I do not represent any government entity. Like I told you before, the first consultation is completely free. Como le he dicho anteriormente, la primera consulta es completamente gratis. Pueden enviarme un mensaje, lo pueden hacer en mi página esinconsultation.com, o también me pueden enviar un mensaje o correspondencia en mi página de Facebook. So, por favor, estamos aquí para ayudarnos los unos a los otros. Estamos trayendo contenidos todas las semanas. We're trying to bring content every week, so we're here to help each other out, okay? Vamos a seguir por aquí. ¿Qué hablamos? Vamos a recapilar lo que hablamos de la semana pasada. Let's just recap what we talked about last week. We talked about medical retirement versus medical separation. Hablamos de lo que es la separación médica versus lo que es la separación médica o retiro médico, que son cosas completamente diferentes. También estamos hablando de las noticias. Vamos a entrar a las noticias aquí en un segundo. Estábamos hablando de un general de 2 estrellas de la Fuerza Aérea que estaba pasando por una corte marcial, y voy a dar la actualización de lo que está pasando con eso ahora mismo. So, van a ver que me voy a desaparecer por un momento, pero van a escuchar mi voz. So, vamos a ir a la próxima cámara aquí para ver entonces, empezar con las noticias que he recopilado esta semana. So we're going to recap the news that we talked about last week. To follow up, we talked about the Major General from the Air Force. Hablamos del mayor general de la Fuerza Aérea, que básicamente que le habían puesto cargos de acoso sexual. We're talking about here that Major General was, they had charges of sexual harassment. And I'm going to read it here so you can see that I'm not bluffing. This is completely from the website. You can find this at military.com. And it says here that instead military judge Colonel Sentence Coley, this is the name of the last name of the general, who was convicted Saturday of abusive sexual contract to forfeit $10,000 of pay for 5 months, and the letter of reprimand for the court-martial convening authority Air Force Material Command. So aquí vemos que básicamente le van a quitar la paga hasta $10,000 por 5 meses y le van a dar una reprimenda, básicamente eso se queda en el récord. So in other words, and I know my brother Cavancer, he's pretty much done. I mean, and this general right now is pretty much going to have to retire pretty much. I mean, he's done. So este general, en otras palabras, va a tener que retirarse o lo van a sacar porque básicamente ya él no va a ser más rango. So if you ask my opinion, you know, this is my personal opinion. You know, I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus, you know. I think this happens more often than what you think. Yo creo que esto sucede mucho más de lo que ustedes se imaginan. Y de verdad que yo creo que aquí la justicia fue servida. And I think, in my opinion, that justice was served in this occasion. So esa es la actualidad en ese caso. También hablamos aquí de un soldado que acaba de morir. We talk about here about a Texas guardman that drowned in a rescue attempt during the border mission. And here, listen, I have my opinion on this one. Y vamos a hablar aquí, esto es mi opinión personal. No puedo hablar de muchas cosas de esto por razones personales. I cannot talk about a lot about this topic for personal reasons. But I think, in my opinion, I think it's unacceptable. And my prayers to the family. En mi opinión personal, creo que es una falla del sistema, porque este trabajo no es de la Guardia Nacional de hacerlo. Obviamente lo están haciendo porque necesitan gente en la frontera. So that's my 10 cents. Prayers to the family. I mean, he did it because he was trying to help, and he drowned. I mean, this is, and I'm going to read some of the stuff here. Voy a leer un poco de lo que están diciendo aquí. Esto fue el 25 de abril, hace 2 días atrás. The body of a Texas government on the South Border Mission who dove into the Rio Grande River to rescue drowning migrants was found Monday morning, the state governor's office announced. So aquí vemos que lo encontraron el 25, este personal de la Guardia Nacional. Esta persona tenía 22 años, era un artillero, y aquí está la unidad. Esto es completamente open source, esto lo pueden encontrar ustedes. Desafortunadamente, I think this is unfortunate. I think it's sad, and I think this is a job of the other agencies, but I'm not going to get into that for personal reasons. Another news here, and this was fun, interesting. Una de las noticias también, que esto lo encontré bastante interesante, y es que la situación que está pasando en la frontera, the situation that's happening in the border, is also affecting branches of the military. In this specific news right here, and this is also, I think, a couple of days back, 25 April, and it seems that, and this is the title of the news, y este es el mensaje de las noticias. Dice, as sea crossings by Haitians and Cuban migrants increase, so the U.S. Coast Guard patrols. So básicamente está diciendo que como los inmigrantes que están cruzando la frontera han incrementado, también las patrullas de la Guardia Costanera. Y aquí en las noticias están diciendo que obviamente los números están subiendo. So you can read it yourself. This is pretty recent. Again, this is military.com. I'm not making this up. And this is pretty much the news that we're going to cover. And I think, en mi opinión personal, estamos viviendo unos tiempos un poquito interesantes. I think we're living in some interesting time, right? And again, listen, everybody has their opinion, and I respect that. Todo el mundo tiene su opinión, y yo de verdad la respeto. Yo también tengo una opinión. Estoy dando mi opinión como ciudadano privado. Yo no estoy representando ninguna agencia del gobierno. I am giving my opinion as a private citizen. I am not representing any agency out here on any government, but it is unfortunate that we have to go through this. And I think human life is precious, and we have to conserve it, especially service members. And we all in this boat together. Estamos todos en este bote juntos, pero yo creo que es desafortunado estas cosas que pasan. And I believe that this is unfortunate that these things happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but I think it's going to get worse. That's my personal opinion again. And everybody has their opinion. This is a free country. Y todos tienen su opinión. If you have any comments, again, you can post it on Facebook. You can also post it on YouTube. And like I told you, please subscribe to my channel and share it with people that want to learn about VA disabilities. We're going to have an interesting topic tonight. Vamos a tener un tema bien interesante hoy. Y quiero abreviar cuando estoy hablando de discapacidad de veterano. I want to summarize every time that I talked about how to submit a claim, okay? And also we're going to talk about another topic here that is super interesting. Vamos a hablar de un tema que está bien interesante, y es disfunción, Erectile Dysfunction, que tiene que ver obviamente con disfunción de las partes del hombre y también de la mujer. Y es un tema bien interesante porque mientras estaba buscando información de este tema, while I was looking information about this, you qualify, you have this condition, it's a serious condition, and I think a lot of veterans out there do not know that they qualify if they do have that condition. So that's going to be the topic tonight of the specific disability. But before I talked about that, I want to resume what a VA claim and how to do it. And I posted a video before this on YouTube. Y yo puse un video en YouTube. Y básicamente lo estoy abreviando a 4 pasos bien sencillos. Y lo voy a dejar y me voy a mantener en esa corriente. Me voy a mantener en esas reglas porque... James Martinez, brother, thank you for tuning in, brother. So... there's a lot of veterans out there. Hay muchos veteranos que saben que tienen una condición. They know they have a condition. Y algunas veces no saben ni cómo empezar. And a lot of times they don't even know how to start the VA claim process. Y puedo dar muchos ejemplos de esto. And I can give you a lot of examples. You're talking about either people that serve in Vietnam, in Iraq, at wartime, people that inquire injuries while they're on service. And the biggest problem that I've seen through the military services, especially after I retired, y la mayor problema que he visto después que me salí de la milicia es que no estamos educados de cómo hacerlo. We have no education on how to submit a claim. Y muchas veces acurrimos a buscar un abogado que usted lo pueda hacer. And a lot of times we want to get a lawyer, and that's okay. You can get a lawyer. All right, brother. Thanks for tuning in, man. So I'm going to just summarize it because this is real simple, and this is where I can help you. And I put 4 simple steps for you to at least to start gathering documentation and to actually to think that you're going to submit a claim, okay? Real 4 steps, real easy. 4 pasos que tienes que seguir bien simples. Y el primero es el siguiente, que tienes que ser paciente. And the first one is real simple, you have to be patient. This is the reason I said this, okay? This is the reason I said this. If you're not patient when you're going to go and put a disability claim, you're not going to make it. Se lo digo sinceramente, si usted no tiene paciencia, usted no va a llegar a completar su reclamación de discapacidad. Y se lo digo porque algunas de estas reclamaciones de discapacidad pueden tomar meses hasta un año. El proceso está muy agilizado y rápido ahora. The process is way faster than it was before. But you have to be patient. You have to be patient and allow the system to take its course, okay? Because if you start something and you don't finish it all the way, you're not gonna get your entitlements, okay? What you deserve and what you work hard for. So you have to be patient, because if you're not patient, you're not gonna make it, okay? Tienen que ser pacientes porque si no, no van a lograrlo. Paso número 2. The next step is to gather all medical documentation, okay? El paso número 2 es recopilar toda información médica. ¿Qué me refiero con esto? Estamos hablando de documentación médica, los récords médicos tuyos de la militar. I'm talking about military records from the military. Estoy hablando de las 214. I'm talking about also DD-214s. Cualquier récord militar que pueda ayudarte a hacer una reclamación, y voy a dar un ejemplo en esto. Any medical documentation or records from your military career that can help you out in a claim. Y le voy a dar un ejemplo bien fácil. Okay? I'm going to give you a simple example. If you were an artilleryman, si tú eras un artillero, I was artillery, and I know a lot of friends of mine made fun of the beginning. I tell you, I just wanted to join the army so bad that that's the first job I took, and then I reclassed, and I think I did, y reclasifiqué a otro trabajo. Pero si tú eras artillero y tú no tienes documentación, que tuviste problemas con tu audición, por un ejemplo. If you were an artilleryman and you don't have documentation that you have hearing problems, because artillery, you're exposed to noise. My point is, if you never went to sick call and to document something, then you're not going to have a nexus to that condition, right? No vas a tener nexus a esa condición. Pero si tú tienes la 214 que fue identificada que tú eres o fuiste artillero, depende del tiempo que fuiste artillero, y tú puedes identificar que perdiste audición o que tienes tinnitus, que eso es cuando te suenan los oídos. And you have you don't have documentation, but you have the DD-214 at least that connect you with the service, that you were at MOS in specific, artillery, infantry, motors, 11 Charlies, MOS. So at least the DD-214 can establish that the job description put you in that kind of noise exposure. So tienes por lo menos esa documentación para entender que tu trabajo o la ocupación que tenías en la rama de la milicia estuviste expuesto a muchos ruidos, ¿ok? O a niveles altos de ruido, ¿ok? De sonido. So that's really important when I talk about all medical documentation, service records, DD-214s. If you need help how to get it and you don't have it, I can help you with that, Okay? That's step number 2. Ese es el paso número 2. Paso número 3. Step number 3. This is super important also. Okay? You have to separate all the conditions and injuries individually. Tienes que separar todas las condiciones individuales cuando tengas la documentación. And this is what I mean with this. You have a service record to include medical records that you have. I give you an example, like me, shoulder surgery. Te voy a dar mi ejemplo que tuve 2 operaciones del hombro. Pues toda la documentación médica que yo obtuve de las operaciones, de las citas mías con veteranos, cuando tú las printeas o buscas los récords médicos de servicio, algunas veces toda la información está junta. Many times when you request your records, this all together, you have to break it down by different injuries or conditions. So you have to be able to separate it because that's going to give more evidence of your condition. So you have to separate them. Real simple. I can help you with that also, but that's my experience. And for example, sleep apnea, I have to collect documentation even though I was in the reserve, and I did have a video on that. Yo tuve un video de la apnea de sueño. Y tuve que separar una documentación que fueron como hasta 300 páginas. I separated documentation was like 300 pages. But you have to be able to separate the documentation so you can justify the condition and put that nexus to the condition. Okay? And step number 4 is to let someone review your claim before submitting. Paso número 4 es que una persona te revise la documentación antes de enviarla. Son 4 pasos para empezar el proceso de reclamación de discapacidad de veterano. Mucha gente se queda en la mitad del proceso, algunas veces no pide ni su documentación. Hay mucha gente que me ha pedido ayuda, lo estoy tratando de ayudar en pedir la documentación médica y no me llena la documentación, entonces no te puedo ayudar. There's a lot of people that have asked me for help, asking me for medical documentation. I do the paperwork for them. I tell them, hey, listen, you need to sign, you need to send it. I can send it for you, but my point is at least you have to send me your DD-214 so I can fill out the information. So that's really important. And that's just to start the process. Eso es para empezar el proceso, por lo menos para motivarte para reclamación de veterano. Si tienen alguna pregunta, los que están conectados, you have any questions, you're more than welcome to give your 10 cents here, okay? So that's pretty much the 4 steps, los 4 pasos que puedes seguir a empezar por lo menos a motivarte a empezar a coleccionar, obviamente, información y que tengas mucha paciencia. Hablé de eso también. So the topic I want to talk about a specific disability tonight, and it's erectile dysfunction. Okay, una condición que voy a hablar esta noche es de disfunción eréctil o del miembro, obviamente, del hombre. And I started doing a lot of. Hey, Joseph Resendez, thank you for tuning in, brother. Thank you for tuning in, man. So this condition, which I found out, I did a lot of reading the last couple of days about this condition. It has, well, it doesn't have to, but it can be linked as a secondary condition of something else. And I'm going to give you an example about that. Esta condición de disfunción eréctil, y si lo estoy diciendo mal, hey, me dejan saber porque de verdad no sé si en español lo estoy diciendo bien. So I apologize, but in English it's erectile dysfunction, okay? So I did a lot of reading. I did not know. Again, I'm learning, and again, this is and I'm gonna touch the CFR 38 CFR, y voy a hablar también de lo que es la ley básicamente, o el guideline que es el 38 CFR. Entonces, cuando empecé a leer, empecé a ver que es linkeado un porcentaje bien alto de lo que es disparatero. Pues dime cómo se dice, hermano, corrígeme. So, hey, dude, correct me. I don't mind, my friend. You know, I've been watching a show here. I'm not gonna set the name here in Orlando, man. And I just became friend with the guy. Great guy, man. I'm gonna hopefully talk to this guy, man, porque tiene un programa aquí y él habla más español que inglés. No, actually, vice versa. He talks more English than Spanish. I'm vice versa, right? So, hey, man, if you hear the stuff that he talks about, man, I'll be like, wow. Let me just get a booing for myself. I'm booing myself. Just help me out here, okay? Ayúdame aquí. Esto es para nosotros también tener un diálogo, ¿no? So my point is, it can be claimed as a secondary condition or something else, okay? So I'm gonna talk about what it is, what is the condition, the definition of the condition. Voy a hablar de lo que es la definición de la condición. And I'm gonna say it in English first, so I don't make the mistake of mispronouncing, of saying something that I'm not supposed to, with all honest respect to all of you, right? This is the definition of the condition, and is erectile dysfunction, or ED, is known as ED, is defined as difficulty getting or keeping an erection firm enough for sexual intercourse. So básicamente la definición de la condición es que tienes una condición disfuncional que se define con la dificultad de mantener una erección cuando estás teniendo relaciones sexuales, ¿verdad? Y estamos hablando de un tema aquí un poquito delicado, pero somos todos adultos, ¿verdad? We are here talking about a topic that are adults, but this is a condition that a lot of service members go through, and you have to know because you probably qualify for this condition. Pero lo estoy dando a saber porque sabe Dios puede cualificar para esta condición. Esto está cubierto bajo el 38 CFR. Voy a abrir aquí, voy a cambiar mi cámara en un momento para que vean de dónde viene esta información. Entonces esto tiene que, ¿verdad? I'm going to change my camera here in a second, so don't be afraid, I'm not going anywhere. And you can find it here. Again, this is the CFR right here, CFR 38, CFR 4.115 Bravo. And you can read it there. You can find this information. It talks about the different conditions of this specific condition, and it has a lot to do with again with some of the conditions is when they remove part of their organ. So hablando de esta información es también cuando pierdes parte del órgano, que I found that really interesting. So you can read it yourself. I'm just letting you know that I'm not bluffing. This is legit. You know, you can claim this condition and you can find it yourself in the 38 CFR. So solamente quiero ponerlo para que entiendan que esta condición es legítima, obviamente, y que entiendan que yo, obviamente, I'm not putting just information that I'm not corroborating, and make sure it's legit. So symptoms. ¿Cuáles son algunos de los síntomas? So some of the symptoms are, I'm going to just put two, there's more symptoms, but struggling to get an erection, number one. Number two, no interest in sexual activity. So algunos de los síntomas son cuando tienes problemas de tener una erección, y número dos es cuando no tienes apetito sexual, de actividad sexual. También te pareces a Dr. Phil. Oh man, can I get a cheer for that one? Thank you, my brother. You know, I did a lot of reading on this topic, so I'm trying to educate you so I can educate myself. So, te estoy educando a ti para también educarme a mí. So, estamos educando los dos sabiamente, right? So, we're educating ourselves in wisdom, right? Estamos educando. So, here are some examples of conditions in many veterans which cause a secondary effect of ED. And I explain that in a second. Some example of conditions in many veterans which cause a secondary effect of ED. So this is some of the conditions that you can connect and get ED as a secondary: heart disease, diabetes, obesity, prostate cancer, alcohol and substance abuse, sleep disorders, enlarged prostate, injuries in the hips, low spine, upper parts of the legs, and also PTSD, okay? And that's the specific one I'm going to talk about, that ED can be a secondary condition to post-traumatic stress disorder. The kind of money that you can get is called special monthly compensation. El tipo de dinero que puedes recibir se llama una compensación mensual especial. Y estaba haciendo research que hasta ahora son unos 111, 118 dólares más o menos, estaba buscando. So that's for that specific condition. They don't give you a rating though, they just give you the money, identify, and they give you the special monthly compensation, okay? Also for females is the same, but for females is called disability benefits for female sexual arousal disorder. And don't ask me how to say that in Spanish. Caban, okay? I don't know how to say that in Spanish, so no sé cómo decir eso en español. Y tampoco voy a tratar de decirlo. So I'm not going to try to say that one in Spanish. So in English, it's called disability benefit for female sexual arousal disorder. So this condition can also be claimed by female service members, okay? So esta condición también puede ser reclamada por féminas en el servicio. Deja ver. Oh, and my friend here is saying, deja ver. Well, my brother, you will do me a great favor if you can find out for me, okay? De verdad que me harías un buen favor si verdad puedes encontrar por mí la información. Falta de apetito sexual. Okay, so there my friend just gave me the definition of for females, female sexual arousal disorder. So se puede también definir en español como falta de apetito sexual. So my point is that female service members can also claim this disability and can also be linked to a primary condition. And I'll talk, before I go about, I'm going to go into a website here again. Again, you're going to see my face go away, but this is really, really interesting. And this is information that I found online. And this is, like I tell you, I'm just going to touch the one about PTSD so you can understand, okay? So this is a website, of course. This is lawyers. I'm not advertising. This is open source. You can find it yourself. Esta información es completamente en el web. Lo puedes encontrar. And it's talking about here some veterans, let me put my glasses on, can experience ED as a result of emotional stress caused by their PTSD. Oh my God, you're too much, buddy. You're too much, my friend. I'm glad my face is not there right now. You're too much, my brother. I'm gonna give you this one for you right now, bro. You're too much, my friend. We love you, man. So again, some veterans can experience ED as a result of emotional stress caused by their PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, while others may find ED to be a side effect of PTSD medication. So aquí podemos ver que la condición secundaria de ED puede ser linkeada con eventos traumáticos, lo que se llama PTSD, eventos traumáticos en la milicia, o que también puede ser parte de la medicación que estás tomando para lidiar con tu trauma. Y ahora sí que estoy hablando como Mr. Phil o Dr. Phil de este cabaño, creo. And I'm talking about Dr. Phil now, and I feel like I'm talking terminologies here that I didn't know. I'm impressing myself. So, again, you have to understand that you can qualify, and this can be a secondary condition to a primary condition. And here's the example with PTSD. This is the code of the conditions, and I want to read the end of this verbiage in here. Voy a hablar de lo último que habla aquí. Y dice de los códigos, entonces también está hablando bajo la ley en el CFR 38 y están hablando los códigos. So aquí dice if doctors remove half or more half of your parts, okay, si te remueven parte del miembro, entonces también está diciendo los códigos y el porcentaje. Pero aquí dice que a lo último, que esa es la parte que quiero traer a colación, que dice que generally the VA will grant a 0% rating for erectile dysfunction unless you are eligible under the diagnostic codes above. However, service connection for erectile dysfunction, even at 0%, makes veterans eligible for special monthly compensation. So básicamente está diciendo aquí que si no cualificas para alguno de los códigos que está arriba, pues entonces como quieras puedes cualificar para una compensación mensual y abrir de la cantidad que puedes recibir. I think it's a great deal that you can do. I mean, and if you're suffering for this condition, let's be honest, I think at some point we probably will. And for those that are fighting the disability, I mean, that's money that you can gain in this disability, okay? So don't be shy. I mean, if you need help with that, let me know. No se avergüencen si necesitan ayuda en esta reclamación, no tengan miedo. I haven't done it. Thank God I don't have that issue yet in that department. De verdad que gracias a Dios no tengo ese problema hasta este momento, pero si acaso en el futuro, pues obviamente pues recibiré asesoría en ese departamento. So if that happens in the future, I will receive consultation in that department, right? But I think it's important that we seek help in specific for this on this condition and to understand that you qualify for this monthly compensation. Para entender que cualificamos para esta mensualidad, ¿verdad? Ok, so vamos casi estamos terminando aquí. So, how to link erectile dysfunction as a secondary condition. ¿Cómo podemos empatar la condición secundaria con básicamente con erectile dysfunction, disfunción eréctil o la condición que estoy hablando? Número uno, number one, you have to have diagnosis from a doctor. Tienes que tener una diagnosis de un doctor. Eso es lo primero. Number two, evidence of the primary disability, which in this case we are using PTSD. So, una evidencia que la condición primaria está existente y que esta condición secundaria está atachada a esta condición. Y en este caso estamos usando el ejemplo de una condición de traumática, algo que se llama Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder en inglés. Número 3. Number 3. Must provide medical nexus to connect the secondary condition to the primary condition. So remember, we always talk about nexus, how we can combine the two. This is what we're talking about. And remember that when we're talking about here in a second, that when we're talking about PTSD, talking about the medication that actually led to the secondary condition, in this case, erectile dysfunction. So hablamos de traumas, de problemas de traumas que cuando estás teniendo problemas mentales o también que estás tomando un medicamento que también esto te puede dar esta condición. So, entonces ahí vemos que esas tres condiciones, as per the CFR, it has to be connected. There you go. My brother here is giving me a great comment. Un amigo mío, James Martínez, me está dando un comentario y dice si recibe medicamento para le ayuda en el claim. So he's saying if you use medication for
Bluetooth
ED, it will help you in the claim.
connected.
So I want to put that out there. That is awesome. Thanks brother, for that comment. So listen, I think it's good for us that we're having these topics. Yo creo que es bueno que estamos teniendo estos temas. Voy a buscar más temas que tienen que ver con condiciones secundarias y cómo empatarlas con condiciones primarias. So I really, again, I encourage you to help each other out. Y de verdad le pido que nos ayudemos unos a nosotros porque esta es de la única manera que vamos a aprender. This is the only way we're going to learn. And I think we can help each other out. I mean, we serve this country. Nosotros servimos a esta nación. This is our entitlement, you know, and we fought for this country, and we're willing to die for this country so others can be free, okay? So I think the biggest issue is that el problema que tenemos que es información, you know, is the knowledge. Un comentario aquí, historial de Viagra prescription. I heard that will help, and I don't know if James can comment on that. Si James puede dar un comentario ahí, porque también he escuchado que una de las cosas que el doctor básicamente te va a recomendar es la pastilla, la Viagra, obviamente lo que le llama la pastilla. So I think it does help. I have heard that when you visit the doctor, they're gonna prescribe you Viagra. Again, I haven't visited that department yet, thank God, but I think that helps. The medication, like James says, that they're going to put you in medication helps, or you're taking any medication for another condition and you have the secondary effects, that can also help you with the claim. So yeah, I mean, it's more to learn about this specific topic. I don't know how the female one works, but also it has to be also linked to PTSD or to other conditions. And this is interesting. And I was listening to some videos, estaba escuchando algunos videos Y tú puedes tener condiciones secundarias de secundaria de secundaria. You can have conditions linked to a secondary condition, which is crazy. And they were giving this example of having a condition in your ankle. Estaban dando esta condición, o que tuviste un accidente, o estuviste en una condición médica en el servicio de lo que se llama el tobillo, ¿verdad? Estaba hablando cómo eso afecta también de la manera que tú caminas. He was always talking about how it affects you, the way you walk, and eventually will affect your pelvis, and also the disbalance. I'm talking about disbalance. I'm not an orthopedic, but it also talks about how it will affect your knees because you actually disbalance. Sí, también está hablando cómo afecta el desbalance y te puede afectar también tus rodillas. So that could be a secondary condition to the condition that you have for your ankle. So I'm learning myself, estoy aprendiendo. Yo siempre hablo de mis condiciones que tuve en el servicio. I always talk about my conditions, but every day I learn more and more about different conditions out there. And I find out that there's tons of information out there. Again, the 38 CFR, that's the code of the federal that covers that. And I think it's interesting. Hay muchos casos derivados de TBI que se están viendo actualmente. So my friend here, there's a lot of cases derived from TBI. Those are brain injuries, right? If I'm not mistaken, TBI. I don't know what the T stands for. Traumatic brain injury, I think it is. And that's it has to do a lot with if you were exposed to like IEDs or you hit your head or you receive any concussion while you were in service. Esto estamos hablando cuando te lastimaste en una explosión y entonces algunas veces hay fracturas bien pequeñas que no se ven, tienen que afectan a largo plazo. There's a lot of conditions that affect in the long run, and TBI is one of them. We can do a topic on that one. That's a good one. I can find some information. Podemos hacer un tópico de TBI. Es un tópico bien interesante. We definitely can do that. Vida químicamente genérico. Ok, sildenafil. Ok, lo mismo que Viagra. Okay, that's good to know. So this is the generic medication that VA gives 6 to 8 pills a month. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I mean, I think, and to summarize before I close it, because I'm almost done here, I'm going to say this. There's a lot of conditions that we service members inquire while in service. Hay muchas condiciones que nosotros pasamos mientras estamos en servicio y no lo sabemos, and we don't know about it. And I give you another one that I didn't know also, and this happens a lot with paratroopers, okay? And of course it's common, you know, because we know we jump in with heavy equipment, right? But the impact, number one, when you hit the ground, el impacto cuando tú le das a la tierra o al piso, eso afecta a las rodillas, afecta a los tobillos, afecta a la pelvis. Entonces cuando tú estás brincando de aviones por tanto tiempo, eso te afecta. And for those that are on jump status, that affects them. And it's just amazing how many conditions are out there. And also of those that carry heavy equipment on their backs. Y aquellos también que tienen, que cargan equipo pesado. So there's a lot of conditions out there. I give you another one for those paratroopers out there. Te digo otro para los paracaidistas también. Algunas veces cuando caen al piso, le dan con la cabeza al piso. Hay personas que le dan hasta el avión mientras salen del avión. And I know James there was airborne, so all the way, brother. So I mean, like when you're in jump status for that long, you can also have concussions, TBIs that you inquire coming out of the aircraft. Some people hit the aircraft with their helmets. I've seen that happen. I've seen people hit trees with their helmets, okay, or the ground. I mean, eso ha sucedido. So my point is, these conditions, we have to know what they are. We have to know how to apply for this disability so we can connect it and have that nexus. So I'm here to help you. Again, this is another live. I'm going on almost 50 minutes here. I think we cover a lot of ground. I'm trying to see what is the best time to do the lives and the date. Estoy tratando de ver cuál es la mejor hora para hacer los lives o So please, if you have any comments, let me know. I think it's working better at 8 o'clock because a lot of people get off work and I think they're more relaxed. Yo creo que a las 8 de la noche es un poquito mejor. Obviamente todos los que están aquí se conectan, trabajan. All those that work here, they work, but I think it's 8 o'clock. So if you have any time specific, si tienen alguna día o hora, déjame saber y lo podemos cambiar. Breacher syndrome es bien conocido que Sof está investigando también. Breacher syndrome. Well, I didn't know that one. You see, that's what I'm saying. Yo no sabía de ese. All the way, yeah, all the way, brother. So, Caban, si puede, cuando tengas tiempo, me puedes enviar del Breacher syndrome. I can do some research. Talked about TBI. I take it into consideration. Hablamos de TBI, que podemos traer otro tema de eso, y también de Breacher syndrome. I have not heard of it. Okay, so it's based on TBI. Awesome. I give you another one, and probably, I don't know, Martinez. I know I was on Jump Status for a while, but phobia, phobia de alturas. I talked about that before. When you experience in confined spaces y sitios oscuros y bien chiquitos, y Caban sabe Dios se puede identificar esto. Sabe Dios todavía no le está dando porque él está joven. So probably Caban is not experiencing this before, but 74 Deltas, back in the days, chemical specialist, now is a long name, and chemical, biological, radiological, blah, blah, blah specialist. We train to go into confined spaces. Nosotros entrenamos para ir a sitios oscuros y sitios bien chiquitos. Opening doors with explosive. Got it. So that's what it means when he's talking about breaching. Estábamos hablando de cuando están abriendo las puertas de las explosiones. Estaba hablando también de shotguns, que son escopetas que los usan para sacar las puertas básicamente de the hinges. I don't know cómo se dice eso en español. I had that experience when I was supporting infantry and special forces, and I'll tell you, that's a loud noise using C4. I was a support guy, but sometimes they wanted me to go with them, and I was either doing perimeter or estaba en el perímetro, pero I'll tell you, that's a lot of noise in there. So talking about phobia, that's another one, phobia of dark places, phobia of anxiety, because a lot of people, so we're gonna talk about all these conditions in specific, but is a lot of conditions out there that you have no clue that you may qualify for based on your job description also. Hay muchos trabajos que fuiste expuesto a peligro y que sabe Dios no sabe, pero para eso estamos aquí, para hablar de esos temas. Bueno, si no tienen nada más, esos que se conectaron, de verdad, muchas gracias. Por favor, compartan estos videos. Sé que mucha gente me está ayudando, de verdad. Muchas gracias. 4 años y medio para retirarme completamente. 4.5 years to retire completely. You're going to see the dynamics of something else we're going to bring into the table. You're going to be surprised at what you're going to hear. I'm going to be more open about it, and I'll be talking about a lot of topics that you have no clue. My friend here said he passed me the bill. Buddy, listen, man, for you, brother, and for those out there that need help, I'm doing this to help people and veterans. Yo estoy haciendo esto para ayudar a veteranos. By the way, I wanted to say this, and I keep saying it. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for I'm hungry for money. Yo no estoy haciendo porque tengo hambre de dinero. Gracias a Dios, Dios me da la oportunidad ya de haberme retirado de la milicia. Ya me retiré, me queda mucho tiempo. So basically, I'm set for retirement, and we can talk about that. We had another video on that. Man, that's another video. But my point is, I'm not money hungry for this. Okay, I did it as a business because, and you'll know later, lo hice como un negocio, es un negocio de consulta, porque van a ver lo que voy a traer próximamente. Voy a empezar también a invitar a personas a que vengan al programa. I'm going to invite also people to come into the program. No llores, estoy vacilándote, pero los chavos no caen del cielo. 9 years for my brother, James, man, bro. I know, you're almost there, buddy. 4 años y medio. Cuando termine fueron 32 años que le metí al gobierno. When I retire, it's going to be 32 years that I put into the government. I'll be 52. I'll be young, you know. And we're going to have another, I want to put a video here how to retire early. And let me tell you something. I mean, I see a lot of people that even 27 years old, man. I was looking to these YouTubers. I mean, YouTubers, entrepreneurs, ¿sabes? Personas que son que empiezan a hacer videos, and I'm telling you, they're killing it. Están haciendo mucho dinero. Yo no estoy haciendo, yo quiero ayudar a las personas, okay? So, if I can make a little money to the side, hey, I can take my wife more to vacation, you know, we can eat better, and you know, buy those steaks, you know, and I can bless others, right? Because this is what it's all about blessing each other. So, hey, again, good night to all. My brother James Cavan, man, thank you for your comments. I'm going to stick to 8 o'clock Tuesdays, actually Wednesday. So, if anything changes because of my job, I'll adjust fire. Si algo sucede en el trabajo, puedo cambiar las horas, pero de verdad que muchas gracias, man. I tell you, man, I really appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Put a little cadence in there for my friend, James over here. Hey, listen, man. Good night. God bless you all, man. Let's keep moving forward, man. Do not give up. Nunca se rindan, man. I'm keep pushing forward, man. I decided at my age, I'm just going to keep pushing forward. And this is all the way until we die or in our fate, you know. Esto hasta que nos vayamos, básicamente. I'm going to keep running. I'm going to keep walking. I have to walk with a cane when I'm 70. Let's beat it, man. Hey, James, man, you still in VA, man? Or we're going to be going together to VA? I'm going to be the one in the wheelchair, you know, doing pop wheelies over there in the VA in Lake Nona, okay? So voy a hacer que va a estar wheeleando allá en Lake Nona in my wheelchair. So, hey, fake it until you make it, baby. That's right. Hey, es Centeno, Retired Command Sergeant Major. Aquí el sargento mayor retirado es Centeno. De verdad, muchas gracias. Dios les bendiga. Vamos a seguir adelante. Nos veremos la semana que viene. So, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Have a good night and blessings, okay? Stay strong.